Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I want to talk about the shooting in Buffalo. Um, when my mom had her funeral service there was a black gentleman who went. He was my little brother's friend from the Oak Park Little League. So, probably been around our family since he was 12, 10. Um, and he would come over and like he would help our family make tamales. He would help my mom make tamales. If he came over to look for my little brother, sometimes he'd wait for him and like garden in the yard and help my mom plant stuff and do stuff. And so he was a part of our family. He was a black guy, like I said. And then because my brother still goes over there a lot, he tells me, "Hey, man, this other dude, John, he's always asking about you, saying you should come by." And I'm like, "Where's he at?" He's like, "Oh, they're at the same spot every day. It's a bunch of people out there kicking it." And he says, and he's always telling all of them, "Man, this dude's brother, he learned the cash register faster than everybody, because we worked at a grocery store, at Kmart, and at a car wash together." And he was a trip because he would gangbang. He'd been to prison. He told me a couple people he stabbed in prison, and he wouldn't go on about it, like glorifying it. And his little sister was in my class from high school, and I think even 8th grade. So we've known each other for a long time. He told my brother that I taught him how to run the cash register in my spare time, and that got him moved up from a bagger to working the register. And he's my homie. He's my homie. He's hella cool, and he's a black dude. And then, my justice advocacy, I think a lot of it has been shaped by black women from the Bay Area. And some of these women, they were same religion as my mom. I've seen nothing but the utmost integrity from them. I admire and respect them, and they're the ones that kind of taught me about this. So I've been closer to them in my advocacy than I have been most people. And shout outs to Vallejo, some folks in Bayview, Hunters Point, West Oakland, Richmond, all the folks that I've worked with there. They've helped me see systemic racism and how it operates. But they've also been my friends. There's a guy from Bayview, Hunters Point, who invited me to his grandma's funeral. And she was the same religion as my mom, going back to the 40s. And so they would ask about her, she would ask about them, even though they hadn't met, but they still saw each other as brothers and sisters in God. And I saw them as such, not only in God but in spirit. They've supported me when I was down. They supported me when the government was pushing up on me for my advocacy, and they've acknowledged the struggles I've been through with them and for their communities. And on top of that, in El Paso, and I think San Isidro as well, folks came in and shot a bunch of people because they were Mexican. So I don't think that would happen in Buffalo, that we're immune to it. But I do think that that black folks go through it more often, and that's sad for me. And so it's sad for me for anyone to suffer. And so that's just what I want to say. That to everyone who is suffering because of this, feels personally attacked because of it, even though they might be across the country, I feel you. I feel you.